First, we will review how to annotate a Canvas Studio video once it's been incorporated into a hypothesis assignment. So once you launch the assignment in a new browser tab, this is what you will see. On the left-hand side of your screen, the Canvas video itself. In the middle, the transcript that has been pulled from the Canvas video. And on the right side of your screen, just as you would see in a hypothesis assignment set up with a PDF, for example, the hypothesis annotation sidebar. A few things to note about this interface, which should look familiar to you if you've used the Hypothesis YouTube integration. Once you press play, and I'm actually going to mute this for now, the transcript will be highlighted as the video plays, and that's indicated by the whitish background that you see here. If a student wants to pause the video to make an annotation, they can press pause and then select text, select annotate, and make their annotation as usual. So the actual mechanics of annotation itself is the same as if a student were annotating any other kind of file, but there's just a few additions to the video and transcript layout that makes the process easier in a multimedia context. Now let's take a look at the steps you will take to set up a Canvas Studio hypothesis assignment. So remember that before you begin the assignment setup, you will need to import or record your video in the Canvas Studio area. So this will look like selecting create and either adding media from your computer or doing a studio capture or screencast, or if there are other options that your LMS presents, you can work with those. In my case, I've already uploaded the podcast file that I'm going to use for this example. And I should note that this file does not have video, it's just audio and a transcript. So that's why you don't see an image in the card that shows on your screen here. I'm going to click into this file just to show you a couple of other important areas to note. So this is where you will see the details for your video. But more and most importantly, this is also where you would edit and publish captions. And I have already edited and published the captions for this file. But if I go to edit from the captions tab, you will see that I can edit these lines if I'd like, if there's accuracy or punctuation that needs correcting. And if that was the case, I could publish those changes back to Canvas Studio. In this case, I'm just going to close, but if you want to edit or if you haven't yet edited and published your captions, a button will appear for you to do so in the right-hand side of your screen. I'm going to go ahead and press close. And now, since my file is ready, I will go into assignments and I can begin setting up my Canvas Studio assignment. So I'll press plus assignment. I'm just going to add some placeholder text here. This is also where I would put my instructions. I would adjust my point value. And you'll remember that for every hypothesis assignment, you will select external tool from submission type, and then you'll press find to select hypothesis from your external tool menu. Now that you have a Canvas Studio integration, you can select the Canvas Studio button, and you'll select your Canvas Studio file from this file picker area. I'll select this file. I'm going to skip these assignment options for now, but if you want to set up auto grading or a small group assignment with your Canvas Studio assignment, you are able to do so as well. I'll press continue, I'll press select, and then we'll go ahead and press save and publish. Let's launch this example assignment to take a look at what it looks like in the hypothesis annotation area. So I can begin playing my podcast.
Welcome to the deep dive.
As the podcast continues, the transcript will roll. Students can pause as needed and begin annotating. And that's it.